Hello, hello. This is fucking not going on. Hi. Now it seems it should be doing something. Hello, hello. This is okay. I'm sorry, guys. Hi. I'm sorry for this. I don't know what happened when I wasn't been doing the streams. It simply somehow this setup, this settings, right? So let me start. I hope you all been good, my friends. And let me start what I see right now on the dollar index. Morning, Marco. Morning, Simon. Morning, Path to the Millionaire. I love this mindset. All right, so here we have a dollar index, right? And what I'm seeing in here is it still seems bearish to me, but if we look at few things in here, and I'm actually going to duplicate my charts because I do not want to lose my drawings when I will be deleting these things in here and there, and yeah, okay, so here it is, right? So we have monthly in here. Let me delete few things in here, and it's not going to be this, but it's going to be mainly this text, right, which I have here, which I want to get rid of because it's hiding what we want to see in here, right? And also this one, right? Let me, and that's it, right? So now we are looking to the monthly, right? Dollar index monthly, and what we can see in here, price went up, right? Now it's dropping lower, and we have reached, actually, I can also delete this thing. I was just looking for something, right? We have reached this transition candle, right? This one. Okay. Okay, so now we should be set, right? So this transition candle, right? This candle, the low of this candle, right, has been now tapped below it, right? So we are below it right now. We are in the discount of this swing, and if you look to the 3 months, we are actually reaching this, right? These two down candles are 3 months order block, right? So we are reaching this 3 months order block. Also, here is this fair value gap, right? And here we have this this transition candle low, right? It can be on the 3 months and also is on the monthly, right? So what does it mean? It obviously does not mean that dollar index will right now do this, right? Obviously not. But as we are reaching this significant significant level, we can probably expect some pullback, right? Let me show you why I do think that it could be playing also, right? So we have what? We got this monthly CLS range in here, right? You can see this one, right? So we having this monthly CLS range. Then we had this last month consolidating, right? And now we tapping below this low, right? Below this CLS, below this transition candle into this 3 months fair value gap, and also into this 3 months order block, right? So we are in here, right? So what this could mean, actually, this quite consolidating candle, right? It could be consolidation, right? Now we getting this month manipulation, right? And then we could get some distribution, right? Or at least maybe some pullback or something like that, right? Anyway, we don't need to predict how far or where we will go, right? We just need to find the signs, right? So let me drop from the monthly to go down into the weekly, right? Right now we are here on the weekly, and we again seeing another CLS range, right? However, the previous week already tapped inside, right? So I have this range in here, but still going lower to the daily, right? Today is Monday. I'm not sure if I will open a trade today, right? So in here we have this, right? Here we have this Friday's range, beautiful one, right? And what I like that we seeing in here is that basically we had this weekly range, right? This tapped below this one, right? And right now we get this quite strong candle. It didn't close exactly above these highs to confirm order block, right? It has closed slightly below, right? And we dropping lower, right? So what now, right? Obviously it's still bearish, right? There is still not sign on this. Sorry, here is daily, right? So we still don't have, it was 12 hours, right? So as we are still not closing clearly and strongly above this level to confirm the order block for the push higher, right? It's still kind of bearish, right? But after all this down move, right, where this dollar index has weakened by 12%, right, and we are reaching this quite big significant levels, I do not want to be shorting into this, right? I've been taking longs in here higher, right, and I had some loss, right, but also had the wins. It's fine. So far for this month my manual trades looks like this, right? So we had I had 3 losses in here, 2 break evens, right, and 2 crypto trades. Then I've been 1 week out on the holidays, right? So back from the holidays right now and looking what to do, right? And as we are on this key levels, I'm expecting something to happen, right? Some bounce, right? Why? Look, let's go to 4 hours, and on the 4 hours it looks a little bit different, right? What I like that I see in here is these 2 relative equal highs, right? That's definitely a liquidity, right? These levels, right? So maybe we could go there, but I still need to see some setup, some confirmation in here, right? So I don't see clearly anything in here, right? When I go to the 1 hour, we can see this 4 hour CLS range in here. Let me show you from the 4 hours, right? This big candle in here, sorry. So what was the time frame? All right, so it's 6 hours, right? Sometimes I use this time frame also, but I got these 6 hours and also these 2 relative equal highs, right? So are we gonna get a reaction from this order block? Let me show you on the 4 hours, actually on the 1 hour, right? We can see it on the 1 hour, right? We can see this down candle closed above, right, and price start to move higher, right? So from here we have actually a order block in here, right? So for the short-term trade, what do I think could play could be something like this, right? We have this 6 hours range, right? Price dropping below it. We are now tapping into this order block, and also we have this fair value gap in here, right? So from here, if we get some kind of a what we need to see change in order flow, right? Then I might be looking for a from this key level, right? Then I would like to be interested in this trade, right? Like a short-term trade. I do think that it has a potential to play out, right? But still needs to drop a little bit lower, right, than it is right now. No, we will see. Okay, where is exactly this order block, right? So it's actually on this order block right now, right? So we need to see a close above, right? Close above these down candles, right? So the trade should be formed inside of that, right? If we go to the euro, okay, so let me finish the dollar index first, right? So that could be kind of a short-term trade, right? On the higher time frame for the 4 hours, right, as mentioned, I see these 2 candles, right? These 2 nice equal highs, right? Which I do think would be interesting because in here, not only that we are tapping into this 3 months order block and this fair value gap, we have also dipped below the previous month low, right? If you remember on the monthly in here, right, we tapped now below this month low, right? So we are actually in the liquidity pool, right? So it all starts to make sense that this could play out, right? We don't need to see a drop below these levels. However, it would be even better for me because why? Because if you look on the daily, That would mean that we would trade below this Friday's range, right? Below this Friday's range and also below the previous week's low, right? Which would be much better for me to form my trade from here and target these highs, right? That would be perfect scenario, right? It might could play out, right? We have still Monday. Monday, in my opinions, are still the setting up a initial balance, right? So it can take a little bit time in here, right? However, for the intraday, from the intraday perspective, I think that this short-term trade could have a chance, right? So we will need to watch it on the lower time frame to enter, right? On the euro, the same thing, right? And actually the euro now giving the perspective better, and I think I might enter right now. I think I would like to look for the entry, right? Because we have a lot of things aligning in here, right? Let me show you. I think kind of this model number one in here could be playing, right? Let me show you again. From the monthly, right? Again, same thing, right? We have this up candle, CLS range, then consolidating right now. We are tapping above it, right? If you look at this, these two up candles are actually the order block, right? The order block from where we did this sell-off, right? Again, not saying that the euro is ready for something like this, but you know, on the higher time frame, it would be looking just like some small pullback. But if we go lower, right, it will start to make a little bit more sense to trade something in there, right? So right now we are here, right, getting reaction from this 3 months order block, right? Weekly range is above these highs, right? So again, for me, it would be much better if the price trades even higher, right, above this weekly range, and also in here is probably some Friday's range, right? So about higher to take a proper swing trade, right? That would be even better for me, right? However, again, from the short-term perspective, what I'm seeing right now is it 4 hours in here? Yes, right? So we have no, it was also the 6 hours. What was it? 12 hours. Yes, I don't know why I highlighted 12 hours. Yeah, okay. What was that? Okay, so it's a Friday's range, right? Friday. No, Friday range is here. So what range did I did? You see, this is what's happening when you're not putting annotations to your charts. I don't know right now what is this range, right? Why I did draw in here. Let's see, it's up. It's probably 12 hours, but I don't know why I did this. Why I drew it like. Okay. Now I know. Right. So what I have actually highlighted in here was this thing, right? We have this fair value gap in here, right? In my opinion, it can be reached right now. Because why? Because we have reached this external liquidity above this monthly range, right? Right now we have this Friday's range here, right? Let me draw. Friday's range here, right? And below, these two lows are relatively equal, right? That would be, again, in the perfect world, if you're taking these two highs, then the short would be very nice. But if we look from the 4 hours, right, we can see that basically the price has closed below this level, right? So it has basically created order block on the 4 hours, right? So the order block is created right now. Now we're trading into it, right? Now let's try to measure where is exactly midpoint of this order block, right? All right, midpoint, right? And we are now trading into midpoint of this order block, right? So what to do now, right? We know Friday's range, right? Previous week's high here. We got liquidity above here, right? However, we got also these two equal lows, relatively equal, right? And this fair value gap down here, right? In my opinion, as we're trading right now into this order block which was created above this monthly range, I think we can get this pullback down, right? So we can drop lower time frame, right? And we can see that we actually also trading into, this was I think 1 hour fair value gap, right? So you can see this is this 4-hour order block and it has this 1 hour fair value gap, right, where we are trading right now, and we are here. You see, it was actually right. I'm sorry here. Look, this is not Friday's range, that's a mistake, right? It was right. Friday's range is here. Look, here is a Friday high and here is a Friday's low, right? And when I turn it to the daily, it's showing, sorry, daily, why is it showing this Friday high here when it is here on the lower time frame? You see, here is a Friday, somehow confusing, right? Anyways, the Friday range is here, right? So looks a little bit messy right now, but this is Monday already. Yeah, this is correct. And if I go to the daily, the Friday range high is here. Why is that? Right? Maybe I need to adjust the time. Yeah, I see, because I got a wrong time in here. Let me check 2 hours. Right, here is actually the opening gap of this week. So the Friday, here's a Friday, Friday. I see it right now. So if I change the time right now, the Friday is high is here, right? But if I have a time here, because I was looking for something different, then this is the Thursday, so the Friday is here, right? So I think I would stick to this high, right? Anyway, we are now trading in this 4 hours order block and its fair value gap, which has been created above the monthly, right? Again, don't need to predict anything big here, right? But what we can predict is at least some short-term pullback trade, right? Would it be happening? What else we can add as a confirmation, right? It's at 10 o'clock, right? CLS time, right? CLS time, 10 o'clock right now, right? So short-term short, right? From here, if we put tight stop loss, right? And looking for the fixed 2RR, right? Like an intraday trade, very possible, right? On the 5 minutes. Maybe I'm gonna try this one. Actually, I'm going to enter here. Let's see how it's gonna play. Looking on 3 minutes. Let's see. Right, what's doing dollar index? Right, dollar index also giving this confirmation slightly, right? So we will see if it's if it's gonna make this move or if it just simply drop down, right? Of course I can lose this, and so basically guys, not the financial advice. So if you're taking a trade, your decision. What was the question actually? Someone was asking something here. I'm selling 1.599. Hello Mohsen. I'm selling 1.990, but 1.990 you selling euro, right? You've been selling 1.99, right? Right, okay, so you're selling here, right? Somewhere here from the last week, right? In my opinion, right, depends where was your stop loss, but if you've been selling somewhere here, probably this order block, right, then you already had free RR, right? So in my opinion, it should be some profit taken already. If you are in the swing position, right, I would be definitely taking some partial in here, right? Yes, it's possible that euro is most likely going to move upside. It is of course possible, right? For me, this kind of, I think I could try this one, right? I was thinking a lot about this because the strategy was printing the wasn't giving much setups recently when I was on the holidays in this move. I will take right in this up moves, right? It wasn't giving much setups, right? Like a CLS approach wasn't giving much setup in here, right? So I was thinking about it, right? What to do now, right? What to do now, right? So I was thinking, like, all right, should I right now turn bullish, right, or whatever, right? I think that's a big mistake to turn bullish up here, right? Because why? Because you know what we're trading, right? We're not buying highs, we buying lows, right? And we're trying to sell highs, right? So yes, obviously it can be bullish right now, but in my opinion, what's going to happen is it will probably take out first, fill this right. So as you're saying, my friend, it has created daily demand, you probably mean this, right? It is daily demand, right? You mean this, right? So yeah, from here clearly bullish, but I would not be entering in here, right? And obviously the sells would be better in here, but from the lower time frame perspective, right, this short could work, right? Obviously always it is just a probability. And also, right, if we tracked order blocks, right, look where is the another order block, right? Now it has created expansion, right? Where is another order block? Where is another level? It would be this, right? Could be these down candles or this, right? So we have a room for our trade to play out, right? Right now it's doesn't need to just watch it anymore, right? We're just watching if it will hit target or not, right? Let's go to another pairs, right, to try to analyze what's going on, right? So here was the pound, right? Again, I can delete everything in here so we can start clear view, right? Here is the monthly, right? And by candle closures, Mr. Dave DXY is moving well. Just wait for the confirmation. Okay, my friend, thank you, but I don't think I need advices for the trading, my friend, right? All right, so we can draw this, right? Here we have seen that this candle has closed above this one, right? So bullish, right? We have reached this right now, and let's see where we are on, if we are where we are by the key levels, right? In 6 months, right? Look, we're reaching the key level in here, right? This is 6 month key level, right? This up candle and then price dropping lower, right? Let me mark it red, right? See, it has tapped into it slightly, but I think we will go more inside into it, right? Let's go monthly, right? So we have this. Let's go weekly, right? On the weekly we have this up candle, right? And then multiple closes above, right? So what does it mean, right? Is this CLS range? Yes, it is. But what has happened in here is that basically the price has done what? Closed inside, right? Didn't reach this one, right? Now again tapping above this one, right? Closing inside, but didn't close above this one. So what does it mean? It means more accumulation is needed, right? So we will see if this one will reach, most likely will go a little bit higher before do anything anything in here, right? Let's go to 4 hours, right? Let's go to daily first, sorry. Right, so in here we can see this high has been taken, price closing inside, right? Still moving above, right? On the 4 hours, we can see kind of a order block being created in here, right? Was doing dollar index, right? Let's try to compare. Right, dollar index starting to move higher, right? Euro also, right? Trade a little bit developing. We will see how it's gonna react in here, right? But the pound in this order block, let me check that. Give me a second. Right, so for me, if whatever I'm drawing in here, this looks like action here, action here, action here. Daily close above, daily close inside, right? On the daily, actually, we have actually this daily order block in here also, right? So we can see that this daily candle has taken all these lows, right, in here, and then expanded, right, closed higher, right? So now is the question if this is just a pullback into this daily order block, right, and it can continue to move higher to dig deeper into this higher time frame level, or if it will close below the midpoint of this one and then continue lower, right? So in this case, what I would do, I would simply draw this, right? This thing. Sorry. Right? And once we close below this one, right, on the 1 hour, then it is potential that it can go lower, right? But at this stage, it is like kind of like we have a daily order block created in here right now. We can be getting the pullback reaction in here, right? Maybe continuation higher, or maybe this 4 hours order block, right? So not clear for me in here to do anything, right? Then let's look to another one, which is gold. I actually did a little bit analysis on the gold in here, right? So here's what I see, right? The gold is kind of clear right now to me. So we had this high time frame key level in here, right? We had this weekly price dropped lower, right? Move higher, right? Then we have this breaker in here, right? Breaker reaction, again price dipped below, the liquidity continue higher, right? So where is the liquidity right now? Up, right? Again, let's go lower time frame. This is a breaker block, right? Price dipping below the lows, closing higher, right? So in my opinion, these highs are clear, and in my opinion we will go higher, right? So on the lower time frame, I would like to see price dropped below here, right? We can see we are now playing this CLS range in here, right? So if this range plays out, right, price drops lower, I would be interested to look for the longs in here, right? So that's what I see in here. Morning call. Just asking if you can explain DXY. I've been explaining DXY, my friend. What do you want to explain, right? Right, DXY here. Right, you have. You want to go it again, my friend? So from the monthly, we are here now, right? If I measure the Fibo, I think we're gonna be around a 61.8 somewhere. You see, we are actually in the 61. Let me put this. Right? So we're digging into the transition candle, into the liquidity candle in the 61.8, right? Also the 3 months order block in here, right? Of course, it doesn't mean that the price from go will go higher. It can dig deeper, but the first reaction mostly give at least some bounce, right? So we're digging into it, right? In here. On the monthly, we have this monthly CLS range. We have consolidation now, price dipping inside, right? Good morning, Muhammad. Right, price dipping inside, right? So in here, from this monthly view, we need to drop to the daily time frame to look for a change in order flow, or in other words, the creation of the order block, right? So we need to see daily candle close above the down candle, which dipping to the liquidity, which is this one, right? This is our liquidity in here, right? This is the previous month's low. This candle has dipped below, right? But this one failed to close above, right? So we are not clearly bullish again, right? So what can happen right now? Price can move higher, yes. Price can move lower, create a new low. So this would be our down candle. And then again, for the turning to really bullish on the daily, we need to close above, right? However, what we can play, if this didn't happen yet, we can play lower time frame, right? On the lower time frame, we can see that on the 4 hours, right, these down candles, right, didn't close above yet, but sorry, 1 hour, right, these down candles in here, right, price closed above, created order block in here, right? Then it did what? Moved higher, right? Then created this kind of inducement that it didn't touch into the level, but right now it's coming into it, right? So in here, we might could get this setup to play out, right? Again, I'm not saying that the price is going to reverse and going higher, right? It's playing just this probability, right? And you can see that if we will be targeting even just this, it's still giving us a 2RR, and it's going to be a 50% of this CLS range, right? Like a model number 1 in here, right? So that's why we could look. That's why I took this short on the euro, right? Which, as I see that the dollar index is dropping lower right now, I would not be developing so well, right? So we will see, right, where we are. You can see we are just right above the entry, right? Does it look good? It looks like not developing yet, right? Can it go up and take me out on the stop loss? Absolutely, right? I am absolutely okay with that, right? This one trade means nothing, and I really didn't open the position which would be holding me on the screen watching how it's gonna play, right? So we will see. right? Let's look to the sessions also, right? So if we put the sessions, and I actually don't want this and this, right? So we had the Asian session, right? Price opened, right? London moving higher, right? In the first part of the London, right? Now we might could get this pullback, right? We will see. Okay, so what's next? USD JPY, right? We can analyze USD JPY. It's quite interesting in here. Let me delete all this, right? Because on the monthly, again, look, we have this big range, right? We have these two lows in here, right? And this range is what? It's gonna be potential CLS range, right? I mean, if we're gonna play that, we're gonna play that from some key level, which will be this down candle, right? And inside of it is this one, right? So this is a liquidity, right? And you can see this pattern quite interesting, right? You have one candle, one big candle, right, leaving equal highs or highs, and then you have one candle ranging inside, right? So what's gonna happen next? Most likely we will reach these lows, right? Look how it played actually on the euro, right? Look, you had one candle, right? Then another inside, leaving this high, and the next candle went in there, right? Look on the dollar index, right? Again, you had one candle down, one candle inside, then reaching this low, right? Look how looks the gold, right? You have up candle, one candle inside, now we are going up, right? Most likely going to reach these highs, right? So now look here, right? One candle, right? Another inside. So what's gonna be in here? Probably we're gonna drop lower here, right? Here's the euro, right? Let's see how the trade's developing. Let's see what's gonna be in here, my friends. All right, let's check another things. Here is, let's look to the crypto, right? So here is a USDT dominance, right? Which is overall long term going down here, right? Which will bring this bull run on the breakout on the dollar index, right? However, it didn't reach these highs, right? Or even this one, right? That's what I'm thinking that could happen. Doesn't have to, but it gives me more confidence in the trading Bitcoin, right? Here's Bitcoin. Here's what has happened on the lower time frame, right? So we had this nice range established in here, right? Price dropped lower, moved 50%, right? Then 61.8 pullback in here should be entry for a model number 2, right? And most likely we're going to reach this high, right? Again, if we put it into the confluence with that USDT, still it's possible that price will dip a little bit lower, maybe on some crash, right? Who knows? And we can reach this midpoint of this this fair value gap, right? And go up from there, right? Anyway, that would be always speculating and then constantly fear to taking a trade. Now what's happening in here, that's basically a setup, right? And I didn't catch this model number 1 because that was when I've been in the on holidays. This is model number 2. I'll be honest, I didn't catch it also, right? So sometimes you don't catch everything, right? Next one is Ethereum. In here, look, I actually had the trade in here, closed it in this one, right? So that was this model number 2 in here, right? Price dropped lower. I closed some profit in here, right? So I'll be taking some profits in here. Then it reversed actually higher, and so it was in here, right? And then it reversed up, right? So what now? What I basically think is that it is bullish, but for me, I would like to see some lows to be taken, right? Some lows to be taken for entering the long, right? So I'm not interested in here, right? Now this one, Inchcoin, also I had the setup in here, but didn't trade it. This one is, I think I posted on the trading view, was this one, right? So I don't know if anyone took it from here, right? So it was weekly range, right? Drop model number 2 then, right? And price nicely went down, but again, I posted this when I was on holidays. I said to myself, I will not take a trades when on holidays, right? So really tried to spend the time with the daughter. So right now we are here, right? And you probably already can see it, right? So we have the range in here. Let me take this one actually. Right, so we got this range, and right now the transition candle is down here, right? Also the FIB 6.18, right? So I would like to see the drop down here. From here, I would like to be bullish, right? So not looking for some short-term trades on this one, just waiting down here, right? Next will be the AVE, the same thing right here. I tried to take the short, right? I wish it drops lower, right, for giving me the setup. I don't like to enter in here, right? If that goes up without me, so be it, right? Here is a Solana, right? Start to looks quite nice. We can see here the price expanded from here, right? And now leaving this beautiful relatively equal lows, right, in form of the liquidity, right? So it could be what? It could be prolonged consolidation in here, right? Drop lower, manipulation into the order block, right? In the 61.8 and 80, right? And then from here, expansion, right? So I would be really interested to take a long in here, right? So I got it under my radar. Not taking any trades right now. SUI, very similar, right? We had the range where the price dropped down here, right? Created this beautiful range, right? Expanded into the 50%, now starting to drop. Here is our transition candle, right? The candle which is taking us from the discount to the premium, and here is a this 61.8, right? So in down here I would be again interested in the long. Hello Anton, what do you think about the Euro USD? I've been speaking about it for at least 10 minutes, right? So you probably joined later, so you need to move back a little bit in the time of this live stream. That is everything what I think about the euro. Right, here is Doge, and I actually took the trade. I got a few positions in here, right? So Doge is already doing what I am expecting to happen on these, right? So if you remember, looking for the pullback to 61.8, right, key level, and continuation higher, right? Let's check this Doge, right? So Doge is already doing it, right? And I'm in a position. So again, we had this down candle, right? Price moved higher, expanded, consolidated, started to move lower, right? Right now it is on this order block. It is between the 61.8. It is in the discount, right? It has left these two equal highs in here. Everything looks perfect for me to take a trade, right? So nice high probability in my opinion in here, and I'm long in the Dogecoin. Here is the link. Also, I am not in this trade yet, but I think I will open it today. There is nothing to wait. Obviously, yes, it could dip a bit lower, right? But if you know me, I'm not 1 minute scalper or the perfectionist, right? I'm not trying to catch the low exactly, right? If I enter, and I will be, look, here is also the equal highs, right? If I enter here or a little bit below here, it would not make so much difference to me, right? Especially if you can hold the trade quite longer, right? But that's not what I want to do on these altcoins, right? I'm always trying to get out quite quick, because in my opinion it's all the scams and useless coins, right? Nothing like a Bitcoin king. This one is yeah, great, Anton, my friend, right? This one is also a bullish for me, and I will be entering the trade, right? So it's a H bar. We had this range, right? Price moved higher into the 50%. Then if we drop our FIP in here, right, from here to here, you can see we are in the nice buy zone in here, right? It has reached this order block, right? It has stopped below this low, right? Even lower in here, right? And now on the 4 hours, it's just last thing I need to see is on the 4 hours to move and close, right, above here, right? And then I think stop loss below this line, right, which is actually the daily order block midpoint. Let me show you, right, on the daily. This order block has a midpoint in here, right? So I'm not gonna put a stop loss exactly to the lows, but just in here, right? And forming a trade like this, right, could be a nice setup, right? So that's pretty much all what I have right now. And yeah, so here is this euro short. How is it going, right? See, it's not going anywhere. We will see how it goes, right? So that's pretty much from everything from me, my friends. If you took this trade also, be careful, right? Because it is not the highest probability trade, because we still know that we got a high time frames levels above it, right? So be aware that the price can go above these two highs, but this is just a kind of short-term scalp, right? Nothing like a big one, right? Can go lower than higher, right? But this is something what makes sense to me to trade now intraday, right? Take care, my friends. I see you tomorrow.